One could call this the calm before the storm. Dogecoin right now staying around that 33-35 cent area for a little bit here, but behind the scenes a lot is happening that you may not even know about. Here I'm about to show you what is going on as we take a look at this. One of the biggest companies in the entire space there when it comes to basically translation and things like that. Hello Pal, buying a Dogecoin Litecoin mining startup for $3.5 million. So a massive investment into cryptocurrency mining, specifically for Dogecoin and Litecoin as well. Dogecoin being the primary one there, since it's significantly bigger than Litecoin at this current point in time in terms of market cap. So as we continue to see more and more miners and mining facilities starting to focus more on Dogecoin, that is a signal right there that they believe a massive Dogecoin spike is coming. And so with that, we also have to consider the fact that there's also more people mining at a smaller level too. So it's not just people at the top that are mining. It's not just big companies like this. It's not just big acquisitions. This is going to cause the entire transaction fee system to be significantly better. We're going to see lower fees. We're going to see faster transaction times. All of that is coming as we continue to watch and see these big updates here. Welcome everyone coming into the chat. It is of course a beautiful night. A lot of exciting stuff to talk about, and a few bad pieces of news as well, unfortunately. Ethereum co-founder says it has no user utility right now. What's the deal with this? So we have Charles Hoskinson, one of our favorite people to roast from time to time, saying not even a little bit of user utility, not even an iota. 1 iota? Nope. 2 iotas? Not that either. And the thing that he is failing to realize when he says it doesn't have any utility is that he's actually wrong statistically speaking. When you look at Dogecoin and you see the average transaction fee, and we'll look at Dogecoin first here. The average transaction fee for Dogecoin is 0.9248 with the value transacted of approximately 1.06 billion in the last 24 hours. Now you compare that directly to Ethereum, which has 9.93 average transaction fee and 18 billion value transacted. So about 18 times more value transacted, but only approximately 10 times is the difference in magnitude of the fees, meaning that right now Dogecoin has twice as good transaction fees, mean twice as low as Ethereum per 1 million transacted. Sometimes it's as high as 5. It's as high as 5 times. Right now it's 2 times. But still, I mean, it's silliness coming in from him right there. I mean, Charles Hoskinson does need to get actually educated on the real reason Dogecoin is so effective, the real reason that it has the potential to be the future cryptocurrency of Earth. He also doesn't grasp the fact that Elon Musk is working on it, and a bunch of Dogecoin devs currently focusing all of their energy, at least the energy they have, focused on that, to making Dogecoin significantly better when it comes to the transaction fees. Those are being changed. The structure is being changed. We will likely see a different block time into the future. It may also switch from POS to from POW to POS, which will be another big upgrade for the Dogecoin system. But here is the current standings when it comes to cryptocurrency. It's kind of like watching a sports team, right? When you look at the standings here, it's like watching the rankings of your favorite sports league, what NFL, NBA, whatever you watch. It's like that. It feels kind of like that. Bitcoin right now, number 1. Ethereum, Tether, Binance Coin, Cardano, XRP, Dogecoin, Polkadot, USD Coin, Uniswap, Internet Computer, Bitcoin Cash. Internet Computer, by the way, taking a pretty large dip from where it was at the top there. It came onto the scene like absolute wild and then fell pretty hard after that. A massive drop, going down 21% this week. All cryptos, though, have gone down for the most part. There's a couple exceptions, a little bit this week or a decent amount this week. Dogecoin, though, holding for the most part pretty dang steady. One interesting fact as well, let me go ahead and pull this up and show you. And this is kind of surprising. So we have seen Dogecoin. Okay, here it is. When Doge was at 33 cents on April 30th, Bitcoin was at 56,000. Now Doge is back up to 3.3, while Bitcoin is only at 39,000. So Dogecoin, over that period of time, from April 30th until now, has been holding a little bit stronger. And part of that is because of Elon Musk. Part of that, too, is just because the community is stronger. The community around Dogecoin. Yes, there's more volatility simply because the market cap is smaller, but that doesn't change the fact that it has more potential moving forward, as we're also seeing some negative stuff coming out. And this is the first part of that. Let me read this chat here first. How did you come up with the name Final Stand? Because it's a final stand against those in power. It's a final stand against the current systems that have not been working. So that's kind of some of the background there. The spike is coming soon with Dogecoin on sale now. You won't regret it. Dogecoin to the moon. Matt, drink some water. You have to stay hydrated. That's actually a good point. I do need to drink some more water, don't I? Let me drink some right now. And on that note, Speaking of things that are good, pressing the like button is definitely a positive thing. See, it's confusing because when I look on the screen there, it shows the exact reverse of what I'm doing. But yes, let's get everyone to be pressing the like button. The more we press it, the more this video gets out to more people. The more that happens, the higher the chance is of Dogecoin going up. If we want it to be the calm before the storm that then leads to a massive Dogecoin spike storm, we actually have to play a role in that happening. We have to be telling people about it and talking about it. And that's going to come more as the community grows even stronger. But at the same time, I mean, we have to keep in mind too, let's be realistic. If Dogecoin does have some of the whales sell off, it can go down and drop a little bit further before we do see that eventual spikeage that I think is almost certainly coming. But it can drop some in the meantime, and that's one of the reasons why subscribing with notifications on is so important, because that way, if the whales do start to sell and we start to catch on to that, then we can call it out and we can let everyone know ahead of time, just in case you want to use that information to make your decision. Now, personally, even in that situation, I would probably still most likely hold on to the majority of my Dogecoin, because I would want, for two reasons. Number one, to support the community. Number two, simply because at any point in time during that, we know Elon Musk likes to tweet out big announcements as Dogecoin is dipping some to try to, I guess you could say, save it or help it go back to normal. And so it's kind of hard to sell knowing that could happen at any second, at any point in time. But coins like Ethereum are going to be way higher down the road. Market forecaster Jim Bianco says he's in fact 100% correct about that. Coins like Ethereum, I think it's safe to say Dogecoin is a coin like Ethereum. The altcoins in the top 7 there, meaning Cardano, Ethereum, Dogecoin, all the ones at the top, Binance Coin, you could say, is in there as well. Those are going to be where really a lot of the major growth is that we can predict has a really high chance of happening. When you go further down the list, it's a little bit riskier, maybe some higher upside, but with that risk associated with it may not make it worth it to be putting a large percentage of your money in that instead of the ones toward the top, including Dogecoin. But yes, so this is the bad one though. Major Bitcoin mining region in China sets tough penalties for cryptocurrency activities. And this is where we start to get into the nitty gritty here, because China is not just a little tiny country. It's a massive country with a heck of a lot of people in a bunch of different regions that each have their own individual sets of laws, their own individual sets of rules, and that can change at any point in time. So when you see big articles coming out that say China banned cryptocurrency, typically speaking, they're talking about one place in China for the most part. Sometimes there's exceptions to that, but then it'll get mistranslated by US media, start spreading around like wildfire, and then of course YouTubers may cover it some as well, which we kind of have to, because if they misinterpret it and then we hear the story, we have to tell people about it. We don't really have a choice, but at the same time, it would be nice if they would just stop misinterpreting it, because we're going to be more careful about that in the future. The more we see them doing that, we're going to look at the source more and more, and that's one thing you'll get here on this channel that you may not find in a lot of other YouTube channels. We will go all the way back to the source. However much time it takes to research it, we will do it. We'll figure it out. This chat says, what's up, Matt? Just stopping in to give you a little buy more Dogecoin. Nice, from Josh Combs. Thank you so much. Yes, Josh, we are going to be doing your coin video soon, or I'll be doing it. What do you think about Ethereum Classic? Ethereum Classic has been on a wild ride over the last month, going all the way to around that $180 area approximately. It was a little less than that, I think, but around 180. Now it's down to around 80, and I sold some at the top, which I think in hindsight made sense, right? I still kept some. That's typically what I do. If I'm going to sell, I'm not going to sell all of it. I'll sell a percentage of it. I think I sold, I mean, it was a pretty small percentage too that I sold compared to the overall. I think it was like 25% or something like that. So I still kept a decent amount. And part of that thinking is just that, why sell when the smarter thing to do is, you believe in cryptocurrency long term, you trust it. Why worry about the taxes? Why worry about all of that extra stuff when you could just hold on to it and hope it goes higher in the future? Now, I guess technically speaking, if I could do it again, I would probably sell 50% instead of 25%. But you really just don't know. I mean, hindsight is 2020. I guess you could say I'll sell 100%, right? Because it's hindsight. But what I mean by that is, in the future, when something similar happens, I'll probably sell 50%. If we do see a cryptocurrency going up by that magnitude, I bought it at around $10. It went up by a factor of 18 times, approximately. So with that, when that happens, when your cryptocurrency goes up between 10 and 20 times, then you may want to sell a little bit higher of a percentage. And I've done that more in the past with Ethereum Classic. It felt like it had still some energy behind it. I guess that was incorrect though. It did not have as much energy as I was thinking it had. I think it is still maybe going to go back up though. We'll see. Holding until the end of the trip, Dogecoin to the moon. Doge is doing its thing. From David, you're right, it is doing its thing, but there's a lot of cryptocurrencies that have potential. I don't think any of them really have the community that Dogecoin has, though. That's pretty obvious, and it's going to continue to be that way moving forward. As we're also seeing Bitcoin 2021, the world's largest cryptocurrency conference, is coming to Miami's Winewood neighborhood. So if you're looking to have some fun with some people who also enjoy crypto like ourselves, then you may want to go check that out. It's going to be primarily focused on Bitcoin, I believe, but I guess that kind of makes sense because the majority of crypto investors are investing in Bitcoin. It would be fun though to do a Doge conference or something like that in the future, or an altcoin conference. Maybe include some Bitcoin people in there too, just to be nice to them. Yeah, we'll throw them a bone, and of course, a lot of us are investing in Bitcoin too, so we do qualify for that. Matt, news came out. I'll DM you source material. The China ban has to do with China coming out with their own digital currency. Yes, so we have talked about that some here on the channel. China wants to make a digital yuan, and the only problem with that is they're going to make it in a way where they can control it. We've already had multiple sources telling us that they're going to try to make it so that they can actually still have power over people, which is literally defeating the entire purpose of cryptocurrency. What's the point of doing that if you're not going to actually have the advantages of decentralization and hedge against inflation? If you don't have those, where's the benefit? Why would people buy into it? I guess they'll make them buy into it. I just don't like any of that stuff. Please, China, stop doing that. There's no need to do that. Just let people have the freedom that people should have. It's that simple. And I'm asking that nicely. I'm asking nicely. China, if a Chinese official or anyone affiliated with someone in the Chinese government is watching right now, you can do the right thing. It's not that hard. Just do it. Matt, to talk a little bit more about BitTorrent, please. You know what? We will. We'll pull up BitTorrent right now, and we will talk about BitTorrent because BitTorrent may have a similar path that Ethereum Classic had, going up drastically soon. I hope that happens. The website with BitTorrent is actually pretty dang nice. So it pops up, once you open it up, you just saw it, it pops up like that. It looks fresh, it looks smooth. Clearly they put a lot of work into it, which makes sense. You would think a lot of cryptocurrencies have pretty dang bad websites, and you would think it would be better because cryptocurrency requires a lot of technological knowledge and knowledge of coding. Websites, the exact same skills can be applied there for the most part. So it seems a little bit silly that some of them don't have better websites, but this one definitely does qualify as a pretty dang good one. You can see BitTorrent protocol used by Netflix, Facebook, Google, Twitter, Lionsgate, Drive, 2 billion users, 200 million watts, 100 million MAU when it comes to BitTorrent. And let's go and take a look at the price of BitTorrent as well, because I think that's going to be in the chart of BitTorrent. That's going to be a very telling sign. BitTorrent coin. Let's see if we can put it up here. There it is on CoinDesk. That's going to be probably the best place to look at it. So BitTorrent right now has gone down from its all-time high. I do own, I think it's like $5,000 worth of BitTorrent, so not anything too crazy, but I do have some BitTorrent. 0.04174, and it has gone down from around that 80 cents, or no, not what I'm saying, 0.8 of a penny approximately. It has gone down significantly by about half, but considering the fact that it has one of the best use cases of all of cryptocurrency, I don't see any reason why it cannot go higher. So yeah, I'm definitely still a fan of BitTorrent. A lot of crypto's crashing, so it's not just BitTorrent. A lot of them going down a decent amount. BitTorrent, it has gone down a little bit more, but for the most part, it's followed that trend pretty closely. So if you're investing in it, you're probably making a smart decision, I think. The final stand HODL army of our lives. I like the sound of that. Final stand HODL army. There's no lies detected there. We have a lot of people in the final stand community who are hodling, and we know the future, we know the potential. It's like the people back in the day who bought into cryptocurrency and didn't fully understand it. Well, now we do understand it. The people who are selling, a lot of them are new investors. We've already showed the stats behind that. Most of them bought in last week to the last month. That caused this dip that we've seen from the all-time high areas with most cryptocurrencies in the last week to month, which means new investors who have not really felt out the market yet. Maybe perhaps they were scared after some of the China news came out that they heard for the first time ever, since they aren't subscribed to channels like this, and they aren't probably following on Twitter at Matt Wallace A Late or other Twitter accounts like that. They haven't seen all of this information before, and so if you're new to it, well, you may sell, but you're probably, what are you going to do? Buy back in, right? So I think a lot of people will be buying back in at some point in the future here, probably not too long from now. Well, we'll have to continue watching and see what happens with that. But, I mean, there's so many cryptos right now. It's the entire market cap of cryptocurrency up 1.88% today, all the way back up to 1.6. It was as low as around 1.3 for a bit there, which was kind of scary because that was a massive drop from where it was. But it's nice to see it going back up. The Bitcoin dominance is also dropping some, back down to 42%. It went up to 45% a couple of days ago. The fact that it went back down shows you that altcoins are experiencing a little bit more of this bump than Bitcoin is. Bitcoin continuing to show it's the more stable, more steady option that has less high upside in the future, but more stability in the present. Ethereum as well, 18.7%. It would be nice to see Ethereum and Bitcoin dominance drop down to below 50% of the market. If Dogecoin is going to become that number one currency, which it has the potential to do more so than just about any of the other ones besides Bitcoin and Ethereum, then it will have to at some point pass that. And it's going to be weird to see these numbers as they continue to change more and more and more into the future. 24-hour volume, 124 billion. So with that number to 124 billion, it's significantly smaller than it was a few days ago. That gives us some swing room of approximately 5% or so. And I just did the math off the top of my head, so that could be wrong. But it's something like that. It's something along those lines. That's a swing room for what we could be seeing with cryptocurrency going up or down in the next 24-hour period based on that. 384 exchanges is the current number. You'd think there'd be a little bit more than that, maybe. I don't know. I guess it kind of depends on how you look at it, because most of those exchanges aren't even used. So if you just look at the ones that are used commonly, meaning by more than 1 million people, that number is going to go down significantly, probably to around 50 or so. But the amount of total exchanges, you'd think more people would at least be trying. Yeah, they're probably not going to succeed, but there's a ton of money to be made in owning an exchange. So if you're not at the very least trying, and you have the ability to or the resources to, then that does seem like a missed opportunity that you may be missing. Crypto's now passing 10,000 for the first time in the last week. It was lower than that, around 9,500. We could see this going absolutely crazy. So if you are looking to make a crypto and you want to get the best name possible, you only have a limited amount of time before this changes right here. And as we see more, we'll probably be at 20,000 total cryptos within the next few months here. And then it's just going to go exponential from there. As we see cryptocurrency starting to take over a lot of financial systems across the globe, this will really take off. And so if you're thinking about making one and you're wondering if you should, do not wait. Go as fast as you can. Otherwise, that name that you're thinking of will probably be gone. If you want to own Banana or Apple or whatever the heck you want to call your crypto, there's so many amazing names right now. This is like the internet rush, where all of the amazing .com internet names were available. Those are still, for the most part, available with crypto right now. They're not going to be, though, for very long. And I mean, think about all the funny names, all the meme names. There's so many things you could do if you want to make your own crypto. Many opportunities there. Let me read this chat here. Do you still own Willycoin? I remember a while back you gave a very brief shout. Interesting project. I own mostly Doge and Willy. Willycoin, free Willy. I don't think I ever bought any Willycoin. Did I say a shout out for it? I don't even remember that. I do not remember that. Willycoin, let's look it up. Why not? I'm kind of curious what Willycoin is now, because I do not remember that at all. What I'm guessing has happened is that someone asked me in a chat about Willycoin, and I talked about it for a couple of seconds, and we'll do the same exact thing now. We'll talk about it. Willycoin, does it have a big market cap, or is it still pretty small? Willycoin price on CoinGecko, oh, it looks really small. Okay, yeah, I haven't heard of this recently, at least. Apparently I heard of it in the past, and I don't remember. But that must have been a long time ago, because normally I remember those on the top of my head for the most part. Are you sure that was me? Maybe you're thinking of a different YouTuber. Charles Binder coming in saying, good job, thank you so much. What is a reasonable price target for Dogecoin by the end of 2021? I think $5 by the end of 2021 is not out of the question. A reasonable price target would probably be somewhere around the $1 to $2 range. As high as $3 would be even within reason if we do see Amazon adding it. If we do see a big company like Apple adding it, then absolutely we could see it going to those ranges. Realistically, yes, that's possible. High side, though, is what I love to think about, just because it's more fun. I mean, you can think about the realistic one, but it's also fun to think about the high side one as well. Willycoin, though, yeah, I don't know. Are you sure? I heard about. I don't think I've heard of this before. I feel like I'd remember this if I had. It went up to 0.000005 and then going back down again. I don't know. Willycoin tried to get free. It tried to jump over the barrier there, and then it fell back down. Unfortunately, Willy, he's not going to be free right now. Nice try though, Willy. You did your best. You gave it a good effort, and unfortunately, you did not succeed. Tiger King, he's coming out with his own crypto, Joe Exotic, to try to compete with Carol Baskin. Carol Baskin, who of course probably did it. Let's get some likes. If you think Carol Baskin did it, go ahead and press like down there. Let's see how many people think Carol Baskin did it. Well, how many likes are we at right now? Go down there and just tap it one time if you think Carol, if she is guilty. Did she do it? Is she responsible? Should she be held accountable? I think so. I think she did it. She definitely did it. Robinhood new COO plans to add crypto transfers on Robinhood to external wallets. Hopefully they have hurry up and sent you a link on Patreon. Oh, dang. A big chat coming in from JD Berea as well. I didn't even notice that at first. A big chat coming in. Robinhood new COO plans to add crypto transfers. Yes, so that is coming soon. The new COO, she was just recently hired this month. So she's very, very, very new. She has approximately 3,000 followers on Twitter right now. How do I know that? Well, because I followed her and I DM'd her to try to get some insight on what's happening with the Robinhood wallets and when we can expect to see that. Hopefully we'll get a response back soon and I can give you that insight and that information. Also, I've been talking to Vlad a little bit on Twitter. More on that soon. But the conversations we're having all in the community about this should be positive right now. Yes, we've been upset with some of the things Robinhood has done in the past, justifiably so. But this can really help crypto moving forward. And Dogecoin, of course, is one of the ones that's going to benefit the most, being only one of 7 that is currently on Robinhood. Cardano's not even on there, and it's one of the top 7 right now altogether, but Dogecoin is. So that gives Dogecoin another massive advantage over Cardano. We like to see that. I do. Binance Coin as well is not on there. So another big thing, because Bitcoin Cash is one of them, and that's going to see some I think, energy coming to it too. Ethereum Classic as well. Bitcoin Cash, Ethereum Classic are 2 that are not at the top, and yet Robinhood still added them. So those are the ones that I think have the highest potential outside of Dogecoin. Dogecoin, of course, being the number one with the most potential from this Robinhood wallets being added. And so what was the other thing you said? Oh yeah, hopefully they hurry up. You sent me a link in the Patreon messages. JD, I will check that. Yeah, Patreon messages have been, we've been getting a ton of them coming in. I'm trying to get back. So yeah, I'll check that out. Let me take a picture just so I don't forget. Let me take a picture just so I don't, and then I'll respond to you on that. And yeah, that's interesting though. Then this one coming in saying, Elon Doge, the next meme to the moon. Look at it, and maybe we'll take a quick look. But for now, I think it's smarter to focus mostly on Dogecoin in terms of simply meme coins, and then also find some use case ones. But if we do see an opportunity that's so golden we can't pass up on it, I'll definitely put a few hundred in and just see what happens. I probably won't put too much more than that because I want to be. If I have more money to put in, I'll probably put in the Doge. I just think that's a smarter thing to do, at least for now. Maybe that'll change, but for now it is, and I don't think, and when I say maybe it'll change, it would have to take something drastic for that to change. But this is what the Tiger King coin is going to look like. Not a lot of people even know about this yet. You probably heard it here first before anyone else. Very, very small market cap. Looks to be under 100,000 potentially. It's hard to know for sure because it doesn't really register fully. But if that's the case, and you put like 20, 30,000 in, who knows? You could become mega wealthy from that. Probably not. But I had to throw in this here because if you don't know about it, then you can't make the decision. But now that you know about it, you can make the decision and you can decide what you want to do. I haven't put any money in yet, but I'm strongly considering it because why not? Oh, is someone? Yeah, dude, don't spam that. Yeah, we don't know when Dogecoin's gonna be added on Coinbase, but yeah, I don't know why that's a bunch of people spamming stuff in the chat. We don't want to see that. If it is added on Coinbase, in the next 6 to 8 weeks, that's what they said would happen. So most likely, and that was, what was that, like a week or 2 ago when they said that? So it'll probably happen at some point 1 month from now to 2 months from now, in that range. It could take a little longer, could take a little bit less time. But once we start to see that run up forming for the Coinbase edition, that's going to allow Dogecoin to really catch up with some of the ones that have started passing it. And what I mean by that, let me show you specifically what I mean by that. We'll go ahead and pull up the crypto rankings right here. You can see, so Dogecoin has been passed by the other coins in the top 7, XRP, Cardano, Binance Coin, and Ethereum. It's been passed by those, and I guess we'll take Ethereum out. Specifically Binance, Cardano, XRP, those 3, Dogecoin was right neck and neck with them. But since Dogecoin is not on Coinbase, and it also is not like the main Binance coin, it doesn't have either of those things going for it right now. Once it's added to Coinbase, it will. That's why it's currently number 7 instead of being higher at number 4 or 5. Once it's out of Coinbase, it'll have the ability to do that. That's really the big difference here. That is enough to make up for 3-4 billion that we're seeing in the market cap, even as high as maybe 10 billion, since Coinbase is just so massive of an exchange, one of the biggest by far that's used in the US, which is one of the biggest places, then one of the number 1 places that we're seeing Dogecoin buys in. The world is yet to know Doge like the USA does at this current point in time. Let's change that, though. We can change that. We have the ability to, and I think we should. Paul Pierce as well is flexing a little bit on ESPN. ESPN, if you don't know, fired him because he posted a picture that they didn't like. My assumption is there was probably more to it than that. I bet you they just weren't happy with some of the things he was doing behind the scenes, or there were some relationships that weren't going well, which makes sense because he is kind of a little bit of a rambunctious person. He's kind of out there, but it's still funny. The reason why I include the story is because he was flexing on them by saying, okay, well, you fired me and I made way more in crypto than I did from working for ESPN. I like that. Yeah, let's roast ESPN. ESPN, you fired him, and of course, he's now making bank from crypto. Hopefully, Paul, if you're subscribed to Final Stand and invest in Dogecoin, you get 69 extra points right there. All 69 of them directly for you. What's up, Matt? Nice, you just bought it. Okay, well, looks like people are, but dang, man, should Matt have made a whole video just for that then? Maybe Matt should have made a whole video for just that. I still could if we wanted to, but I don't know. We'll see. Attempts to regulate Bitcoin emissions are pointless. This one is an article that I'm definitely a fan of because it's true. They are, for the most part, pointless. Trying to stop that, it'll just be more mining in other countries, more mining popping up. When the financial incentive is there, people are going to mine. You can't really restrict that. But what you can do, and why not, right? Why not encourage more people to use solar panels and things like that? There's no reason not to. It's cheaper. It makes the air cleaner. We like those things, regardless of your opinion on that. We like clean air, right? I want to go outside. I want to be able to take a nice deep breath in and it to be super, super clean. So if we do see people switching to solar panels and things like that, that's a positive thing overall. And that's where the real advantage is there. But trying to regulate it from the government, it's not going to help. You need the private sector if you want to accomplish things like that. That's where the real benefit is, the real upside. What's the highest price you think Dogecoin can reach down the road? And how long for that price? $69 million. For Dogecoin. Realistic price prediction, $69 million tomorrow. Everyone knows that. Okay, a real realistic price. That's a joke. A real realistic price prediction is... Well, why am I don't even know. The reason why I just said this a joke, I'm scared. I'm scared of YouTube. Right? Are they going to come get me if I do a price prediction like that? Probably not. No, okay. You know what? Maybe we'll say that's only partially a joke. It's 69% a joke or something along this. I don't even know what I'm doing right now. But what's the highest price you think Dogecoin can reach down the road? It can easily go down the road, especially if we look at years from now. It can easily go to that $5 to $10 range or potentially significantly higher than that. Some people were saying AMC to 500,000, and the audacity of people in the comment section under that video to say, dude, I can't believe you said AMC is not going to 500,000. Oh my gosh, that's what the hedge funds want you to say. They want you to say it's not going to 500,000. I literally made a video saying I think AMC has a ton of potential to go up, and I'm investing in it because of that. And some people are still mad that I didn't say it was going to 500,000. It's not. That's the most ridiculous thing I've ever heard in my entire life. AMC stock is not going anywhere near 500,000. That doesn't even make any sense at all. Dogecoin right now has probably more potential than the AMC stock does by a good margin. And even still, for the purposes of the diversification of my portfolio, I'm still investing in AMC anyway, and also to help support the movement. So I don't know. I don't think anyone should be bad about that. Plus, I put a poll on my Twitter saying, should I sell 50% of my AMC stock to buy Doge if it hits $50? And it had 71% of people saying yes. And so I think that kind of speaks for itself there. But I do think it's good to see, and as a chat coming in from Jamie, thoughts and predictions on AMC. And go check out my video I just posted on that. I really went into details. I think Dogecoin, of course, is where I want to be keeping the vast majority of my money, especially in that category there when it comes to the people's stuff. The people's stock, AMC counts there. The people's crypto, Dogecoin counts there. And we're, of course, both rooting for both of them. And the funny thing is, too, yeah, I didn't, if I'd said I would sell all my AMC, I could understand why people may be upset at that, but I'm only going to sell a percentage of it. I don't know what that would be if it does hit $50, and there's no guarantee it will hit $50. I just hope it does. And I think that's possible based on the market cap that we saw GameStop stock going up to around $25 billion. If we see GME and AMC having similar energy behind them, then yes, we will see GME going up to that range. So that's kind of where that came from, that price prediction. I bought 2.7 million Doge at 0.10 in Robinhood. It capped me and wouldn't let me buy anymore. Case like the little guy down. I know whales sure can buy more than that. Yeah, it's messed up. Robinhood. they've been doing stuff like that. Brandon, you absolutely have a gripe there, and it's justified, because Robinhood needs to get their act together when it comes to that. They are giving special privileges and advantages to people at the top, and I don't think that's the right thing to do. They don't need to do that. They're already making enough money as a company, so just come around and do the right thing there, and add the wallets fast, please. But anyway, I'm Matt Wallace. This is Final Stand, and I will see you in the next video.